back to put one throw, nearly get that bad shot. Fire pulse up, drop it in. Go New York City.
Oh, you got bumped twice.
Magic right there. Can he get the burst? Magic! And that's why they got him. Go New York City. 2 minutes, okay. Meanwhile, Yanni's gonna get the opening goal of this one again. Go New York City.
Just reliably stay in control no matter what. And they're taking advantage of the chaos. Here it comes.
Another one for Magic. Go New York City. 7-1.
Covering your team. Driving to the right side of the field.
Fire pulse
scores it.
Get the aerial. He whiffs on the aerial. Free ball to the corner. Fire pulse gonna get to it. There it is. Go New York City. New York City 12 Rocket League is brought to you by and New York City Rising. Grab your gear, shop NYC12.com. And just like that, everybody, we are back. Welcome to another episode of New York City 12 Rocket League, brought to you by New York City Rising. I'm your host, Jeff Weissing, and joining me, as always, is the Plat legend himself, the one and only Alan Pennyring Wu. What's going on, brother? How you doing? You know, honestly, I feel like with the now the legislation to get rid of daylight savings time, I think I forgot what time is at this point. But speaking of time, thank you guys for supporting us. Thank you guys for joining in. We are an hour late due to some difficulty schedule-wise. We have all that settled down now. We have a great matchup for you tonight with your top-seeded New York City 12 Rocket League team taking on El Matador of FC Dallas. A big matchup, a rivalry matchup that kind of takes us, kind of goes back towards the preseason, the offseason, with all the scrims and everything. It's not the Hudson Derby, but it's gonna be pretty close. And we got two of the top 4 teams in the league taking on going up tonight.
Derby. I mean, New York City against Dallas. I mean, this is a very fierce FC Dallas supporters group that I remember taking on. I'm so glad we have so many Dallas supporters in here, especially since El Matador really made such a great statement last season how much they've improved. They have a really fascinating, scary lineup, and they're going to go against it. They get some bragging rights. They have a great opportunity tonight to take down New York City 12, which, by the way, folks, and if you're just tuning in, unbeaten so far this season. New York City 12 is.
If we look at those tables, we talk about a New York City team unbeaten. They have outscored opponents, and this is including the forfeit against Nashville to kick off the season. So a little bit of an asterisk there, but they have outscored opponents 50-4 in the first 3 matches of the season. I don't know, a plus 46 goal differential. One of these strongest attacking teams in the league. Also one of the top defensive teams in the league. I think there's so much focus on the attack that we kind of forget how good this team has been defensively and how clean they've been rotationally throughout matches.
That's exactly it, and I feel like all the way around, they literally look like they execute, and we've already seen a good variety of players between Diz, and we've seen Magic come in, and Yanni. We're in such a great position. I'm so psyched to see how they're coming in, and oh, by the way, one little bit teaser, since we have Dark Clouds coming up next, and the roster unlock has already come and gone, we might get ourselves a little bit of a treat with one of Fire Pulse's closest friends coming into the New York City 12 lineup in the next several days. Wait until you see Marcus Lee. Wait until you see Vital, Jeff.
We will talk about that after this matchup, but that's gonna be a big thing going to the Dark Clouds match. Again, he is not. Vital will be a part of the New York City 12 roster, not for this match, however, for the Dark Clouds match, due to roster rules and everything. He is not available for this one, but for match day 5 going forward, he will be. Obviously a big addition to this team. And but speaking of big additions and a solid team, El Matador is not one to really look past. This is a very good team in itself, a strong team in itself, and a team that you never really know what side you're going to get. Are you going to get the dominant side of El Matador, or are you going to get a side that's going to kind of be all over the place, right? We talked to, Lewis, a big part of that team. Amaze has been another big part of that team, Alan.
He's incredible to watch. I've been watching all those replays that we put on the ball chasing app. They've been doing an amazing job setting up there. I love watching him Maze play. I think he's done everything well to complement Luis so much. And they, in and of itself, El Matador is also a very well-rounded team. And you could put anybody in that roster as a third person. All it comes down to is playing well with that team, playing in rhythm. Rocket League is a rhythm game. You gotta be able to know what your teammates are gonna do and how to best back everyone up, even when you're not playing at their, even if you're not playing as well as you think you should be able to. And I think El Matador's lineup really fits very well. We're talking about a team that made the Final Four in last season's SRL2. I mean, El Matador's runs was so well, and credit to Luis. He is El Presidente of El Matador SG. I feel like he's been El Presidente in the league so far. If he performs really well, which I expect him to, there could be really big things in the future for El Matador. Near future.
Is the top team in the league, the top team in the league, taking on an El Matador team that can surprise that. That's only 3 points behind the standings. What will happen tonight, ladies and gentlemen? When we get back, we will have Game 1 of New York City 12 versus El Matador. Stay tuned. We are back and ready for game number 1 between El Matador and your New York City 12 Rocket League team. As we're getting ready to get everyone into the lobby. Everyone loads up. Alan, once everyone's kind of set, what is the first thing we're looking for in this matchup?
I think both teams are really capable of setting up really, really fast. Look for these teams to just look for that fast goal. I expect them sniping to happen because, you know, everyone moves really, really quickly. I feel like positionally, if someone's a little bit off on focus, I can definitely predict a few early goals. Just off, not directly off kickoff, but I feel like just from seeing somebody out of place. Both these teams are really observant. I feel like they could pick off an opportunity when they see it.
It looks like we still have a few. It looks like we should be. I think we're waiting on one to kind of just hop in.
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
Yes, I see that as well.
Still waiting on one to hop in, so he should be in soon. You know, we talk about, you know, the kind of while we have a second, while we're waiting for, it looks like it's Yanni to get locked, to hop in. We look at this New York City 12 attack, and really, it's an attack that, I mean, it's a very different roster from seasons past, granted, but we're talking about a team that just it's just lethal on net. It seems like they can score at will. Talk about what it's like when you going up against a team like that.
Well, all you can do is just stay in your cadence, stay in your... You're talking to a guy who both got the win over El Matador at the opener of Season 3, and then also lost to them hard in the playoffs, so when they looked completely different. I feel like it's a matter of just... not just getting the mechanics right. You gotta make sure that the goal is covered, because these guys are all capable of driving really fast. They're covering the field. They know how to bump. Everything that you have is... You know, when we were playing SRL2 last season, it felt like, you know, every game was up for grabs. That, you know, it was a platinum level kind of showdown, but I don't think so anymore. I think even then, it counted as a high diamond. Everything you expect in a competitive, in a solo queue diamond matchup and up, you should be able to nail in these competitions. We used to say, you know, nobody's in SRL2, wise guy, just because they just want to show up and say they took part in a competition. Everybody can compete. Everybody compete in any tier of SRL1. I see, once again, these two teams, can't emphasize enough, they are so well-rounded and so capable. You know, any of these teams can make a deep playoff run. We absolutely have that playoff caliber matchup and playoff feel right here, right now, tonight. It's just been so exhilarating. This absolutely was a match I circle on the calendar for selfish reasons, but also, objectively, it can be argued. This is the match to watch. This is the appetizer to the SRL playoffs, Jeff.
You know, when you talk about this matchup that was supposed to happen last week. A lot of schedule issues, maybe 1 or 2 technical issues throughout the weekend, just trying to get everything set up. It feels like, I don't want to say it feels like Christmas per se, but it feels like this is the matchup kind of everyone's kind of been waiting for, and we had to keep going, and so, you know, had to keep waiting. Now the wait's just about over. Ladies and gentlemen, we can take one more quick break while we try to get everyone into the lobby. It seems like we're having a few issues. So once we finally get back, we should, hopefully, be bringing you Game 1 between NYC12 and El Matador. Stay tuned. All right, so it looks like we have everyone in now. Sorry about the issues, everyone. It is an NYC stream, so you know something is bound to happen. If you've ridden the subway, well, you know. So it looks like we're just about ready to get everyone in. Lewis, it'll be Luis Amaze and Caesar to start for El Matador. Yanni, Magic, Firepulse, starting 3 for NYC12. Game 1 underway.
Oh, here it comes.
And just like that, big save by Caesar.
Curl around. Pretty tight for New York City 12. They're all going to go to the same corner. Interesting play by New York City. Oh! He's wanted to back up. Now, Yanni's going to look for that corner. And there's the physicality we're talking about, wise guy.
Meanwhile, big play in the corner. Firepulse tracking back. Caesar trying to make something happen to the corner now. Firepulse can he defend it? Amazing mid-air. Good defending by Firepulse. Lewis right there for the second ball. Can keep it inside NYC territory.
Oh!
And Magic can take this one down. Magic trying to work it to the wall. Magic, good play past the maze. Magic, you get to the far post. Big save by Luis.
Oh, Yanni with the excellent shadow there. They're keeping the ball, 12R.
Big save. Strong defending by El Matador to start this one. Caesar with the aerial now, kind of get the bounce. Can anyone get to the second ball? No one there. Yanni trying to play the mid-air game. Can't get there. Firepulse can't get to it. Lewis just knocks it away.
Once again, New York City 12 got let off the hook because everybody at El Matador played back when that earlier. They had nothing to go on offense, but here comes 12 again!
Magic almost with that cross, almost a shot just across the mouth to goal. Can't get there. 3:45 left. And seems like we have a quick scoreboard issue, so we'll get that fixed in between, just after game one. We apologize for the technical, we apologize for the difficulties.
Whoa! Ceiling! Oh!
Magic, Magic almost had that top corner. Lewis now can try to work through the wall. Yanni, Demo Lewis, rest in peace. Amaze now. Can he get something to the corner? 5 knocks it away. Really, and we talked about the physicality, Alan, and honestly, we are seeing in the first 2 minutes of this matchup.
And that's just a necessity because, you know, Luis particularly is a big target. The New York City 12 needs to put on. Oh, Luis is going for the ball again!
Big save by Fire Poster right there. Magic gets it to the wall. Back and forth defensive efforts. This could be first goal wins. Mays now going to work it back to the corner. Can't even want to get to New York City. Mays with the shot to the post. Oh, big save by Magic. What a missed opportunity there for El Matador. Meanwhile, Luis right there. Oh, another big miss by El Matador. Johnny, free ball to the wall. Oh, El Matador almost with the opener. Fire Poster. Can he capitalize on the open goal? Luis, what a save.
Didn't fall for it there. What a move. There it is.
Big save. Luis, can he get to it? Rolls in. Goal, El Matador.
Oh, fantastic job by him just staying on the ball in the momentum. Magic just can't fight it because Luis could smother the ball in midfield. He didn't need the aerials, but he's capable of it. El Matador in the lead.
This is the first time this season NYC12 has trailed in a match.
Ooh.
Or has trailed in game one, I should say. Excuse me. Oh, almost another. El Matador had a chance to go up 2-0 just like that. It was back-to-back goals. Meanwhile, Caesar working to the corner. Magic's going to knock it back. Luis now. Oh, it's the over Luis. Amaze going right there to save. Works it back to the corner. Amaze.
Wow.
This is Magic and played. Oh, good defending by Magic right there to force keep the ball to the corner. Second ball. Caesar to the post. Oh, Cash Bar says no that time. Caesar playing to the middle. Fire Poster working back to the middle of the field. Luis. And we talked, remember, this is a New York City 12 team that has not lost their back. Yanni almost equalizes.
And they're on the back foot because El Matador's putting a lot of shots up there. 5 shots with 1 minute still left in the game. But I love the aggression that El Matador's playing. They're a little too much for my liking. Oh, close opportunity there.
Amaze now. Can he get the bounce? Lewis can't get that can't get the aerial. Yanni can work it back. He can just drop in. Caesar, big save. Yanni, second ball floating, can't get to it. Oh my goodness. The opportunity is there for New York City. It's just getting the finisher. We gotta give credit to El Matador. They are making the saves exactly when it counts and right when it matters.
I think Cesar is definitely an understated player on the rotation of El Matador. I was talking about this with the rest of the team, Wise Guy. He is going to be the guy that needs to prove himself and really step up as a key player. That end, another demo, and Maze goes down.
Big stop by Yanni at the corner. Magic to the wall. NYC on the attack now. 5 post, he can carry it in. No one to the middle, kind of gets the bump. Yanni just late to that ball. I think 5 post wanted to pass it there. Meanwhile, Amaze trying to get the post. Magic's going to knock it away. Magic, it just gets it over Luis now. Magic working to the corner. Can anyone get to New York City? 5 post, to the post. That's going to go just wide.
Ooh.
Final
great
30
counter.
seconds left. Can El Matador end the unbeaten streak for New York City? Does 12 have something left in the tank? 20 seconds left now. 5 poster. They just need one. Magic's going to go just wide. Dunks it in Lewis. Is this going to go? 5 poster. 10 seconds left. Does New York City have one more left in tank? Magic working to the wall. Caesar, they're going to deny this one, keep the aerial. Amaze going to keep it up, and that's going to take game one. And El Matador ends New York City 12's 9-win match streak with the 1-0 win here in game number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back with game number 2. New York City 12 trails. You read that right. New York City 12 trails El Matador 1-0 in the series after losing game 1 1-0. We shall return. And just like that, we are back for game number 2. And it looks like we may get a timeout. And it looks like we're going to play it out now. Okay, so game 2, NYC12 trails. They trailed 1-0 in this series after losing the first match 1-0. So what does 12 have for a rally here in game number 2? Meanwhile, across the post, Caesar. Oh, and...
Ooh! Set it down in the middle. Oh, wow. Cesar gets bailed out by Luis there. And here goes Fire Pulse. He's going to go up the corner here. Magic with the good discipline. Yanni's still not made it back in yet.
Yanni and Lewis going to drop in. Yanni, big save. Oh, talk about timing. Meanwhile, to the post. And, oh, Caesar, what a goal between 2 defenders. Goal, El Matador.
Fantastic hustle to get back to the ball there, and Fire Pulse late to the shot, and Magic was already setting up the middle. Oh, what a goal by El Matador. They staying on the front foot.
El Matador up 1-0 again. They score in the first minute of this one. New York City 12 now. Can they rally back? Yanni, not this one. Can this one drop in? Magic, big save to the corner.
Oh, everyone driving forward for New York. Oh, it's going to work.
Can they get something? Yanni, can he get something here? Oh, ooh. Knocked away last second. Just couldn't get that final cross. Amaze now working back. Can El Matador get a second? Fire Pulse is going to shut it down. Yanni's going to work this one back to the wall. Dangerous bounce for New York City now. Ball on the wall. Fire Pulse are going to try to get the bounce. Lewis right there. Can anyone? Fire Pulse trying to get that near post. Can get to it. Magic going to try to work this one back. And New York City 12 pressuring, and Caesar's going to shut that attack down. Big play by Caesar right there. You talked about Caesar having to make an impact, and really, that opening goal, the opening goal early on puts a lot of pressure immediately. And oh, Lewis! 2-0 New York, 2-0 El Matador.
Wow, New York City 12 is getting put through the ringer here. Yanni nearly getting in front to back it up. I think El Matador's taking advantage of Yanni being a tad slow to the touches. They're up to a 2-0 lead. New York City 12 in trouble here.
And what? El Matador playing the role of aggressor here in game number 2. We have not seen anyone really play aggressor against New York City just yet. This is the first time we've seen this. So how does New York City react? Amaze trying to get the drop. Yanni going to be there. Almost a double commit by Yanni and Fire Pulsar. Lewis now.
Yeah, a little bit shaky. I've definitely seen that as well myself.
Lewis now going to put one back to the wall. Fire Pulsar, good defending. Will book it up off the wall. Can he get the aerial? Not enough boost. Magic right there. Can he get the curve? This one's going to go just a little bit wide. But good pressure by Magic on the attack. Yep. Ball to the corner still. Can anyone get there? No. Fire Pulsar going to try to keep this one inside El Matador's half. Fire Pulsar, can he get the dunk? Fire Pulsar, just by Magic almost.
Magic nearly gets one.
Yanni, can he get the curve? Magic almost at the post again. And honestly, you have to feel as can this one go in? Oh my goodness. They're getting everywhere near the goal except in it.
That was El Matador the last game as well.
Fire Pulse right there. Can get a second shot. Amaze almost. No, Fire Pulse missed it. Yanni finally clears it. Oh, a dangerous ball. Almost 3-0 for El Matador. And the way this has gone so far, that could have been a dagger here in game number 2.
These guys are playing with adrenaline. A lot of these touches, they're getting sketchier. Amaze gets totaled by Pulsar.
And this is the first time we've really seen this New York City side just not look as clean. Yanni, that one's going to go just high. Fire Pulse, get a second bounce. That's going to go back to the corner. New York City pressuring again. Can he get to it? Amazing. Get this one past Magic. Fire Pulse over goal. What does it drop it? Ooh. Oh, a 50-50 ball. Looks like Fire Pulse would have won that one.
Wow. Oh, Yanni with a nice 50 there. Luis beat Magic over there. But New York City 12 is going to look for an opportunity up the flank.
Meanwhile, Caesar can get this one to drop, and Magic's going to routine save from Magic. Goes back to the corner. A minute and a half left here in game number 2. El Matador looking to go up 2-0 in New York City, something that has not happened at all against New York City this season. Caesar,
you knew they were capable of it.
Yo! Oh my goodness, Caesar, take a bow. Go, El Matador. Woo.
Oh, gotta see that again. What a showcase of control. Over the ball and then hit a second time. You know 75 mile per hour on the bangersonly.com radar gun.
Bangers only. Hit it hard, hit it fast. Fire Pulse is going to win this kickoff. We talked about Caesar being, amazed. Don't do it to him again. Oh, almost again by Caesar. Caesar nearly with a hattie here in game number 2. We talked about Caesar how he has to be like the X factor, so to say, because you know what Luis and Amaze are going to do. Caesar has really stepped up here in game 2.
It's amazing to see. He's worked so well with the team. I have no complaints. Maybe if they shot it with a little more precision, but they're doing everything to keep New York City 12 on the fight. As you see right there, they can't take advantage. New York City 12 can't.
Meanwhile, dangerous ball again. El Matador once more. Yanni. Oh,
there it is.
Net. Can this one go in? And there's one. Go, New York City. Yanni pulls New York City back within 2.
It doesn't matter what flair you put into your goals, it just has to go in, and there's the opportunity we look about, the cross-field snipe. Yanni with the textbook shot in, and New York City 12's on the board finally.
Could that be the goal that sparks New York City awake? Magic and works one back. Fire Pulse again works one towards the wall. 30 seconds left here in game number 2. Lewis, dangerous ball. Magic and works on back to the opposite side, switching to play.
Oh!
And suddenly we just...
Wow. Yeah, big opportunity for El Matador there. They couldn't take advantage.
Yeah, the visuals. Apologize for the switching. Meanwhile, Amaze works into the corner. El Matador is about to go up 2-1. And El Matador, the fourth place seed in the standings at the moment, once this ball finally hits the ground, is going to go up has just got up 2-0 against the top attack in all of SRL. New York City 12 trails El Matador 2-0 after losing game 2 3-1. Ladies and gentlemen, does NYC12 have a reverse sweep in the cards? Stay tuned. Game number 3 set to get underway. Does New York City 12 have a reverse sweep in the cards? Yanni wins the opening kickoff for game number 3. Here we go. As Magic gets the pressure on. Magic to the far post, trying to get something immediately. Fire post, he can get to the top corner. Can't get that final dunk. Yanni gonna try to work to win this one back to the wall. Open net for El Matador. He can't get to it. Caesar, almost an own goal. Magic can get the bounce. Can't get to it. Caesar now. Oh, dangerous ball. Can anyone get to this? No. And Amaze is gonna Magic to the post. No! Again, that's where they got him. Goal, New York City.
It's a game of inches, wise guy. That shot just barely went under Luis. He had the good positioning on it. I saw it coming, but wow, New York City 12 been taking the lead early, game 3.
Could that be the goal that sparks the reverse? That sparks a comeback for this New York City 12 side. 1-0 in the first 30 seconds here in game number 3. The first lead of the series for New York City 12.
Oh, Fire Post is gonna do turn. Almost nailed it.
Oh, Fire Post home. New York City looking for 2 immediately. Magic right there, can't get to it. Yanni! Ooh. That's gonna go just wide.
Pulse goes down. But everybody on Matador stay back.
Can he get to the post? No. Anyone get to the mat? Oh, Luis. New York City 12 applying pressure early on this El Matador side. Meanwhile, Caesar shot can go just wide. Fire Post, can he knock it back? Saved. Luis. Can he get that bounce? Yanni, good stop. Working it back to the corner. Yanni gonna work one off to the wall now. Caesar can get a bounce. Favorable bounce from New York City. Magic, can he get to it? Almost. That would have been a massive goal for Magic. Fire Post, a challenge in the corner. Caesar trying to get to the aerial. He's gonna just get under it. I think he's trying to get under control. He's trying to go for the dunk. Yanni's gonna shut it down. What an opening 90 seconds in game number 3. Magic right now, can he get the bounce? 5 poster trying to get that redirect, and he's gonna go just wide. Magic right there, can he get the goal? 4 post! Oh my! Goal, New York City!
He's come alive! That is a big 48-mile-per-hour banger on the upper 90, and oh, Luis just almost getting to that one as well. Now New York City's 12 sniping the chances.
New York City 12 up 2-0 on a 2-minute brace by Magic. Can they make it 3 and extend it? Can they make it 3-0 and extend this series? 2-0 in this game. Trust me, 2-0, a 2-0 lead is nothing to scoff at. Yanni can knock this one back to the other side of the wall, switching to play. Amaze now. 5 poster, can he get the drop? Luis right there. Yanni gonna stop it at the wall. Magic's gonna knock it back to the corner. Amaze looking for the goal! And El Matador pulls one back. 2-1. Goal, El Matador.
It's watching the replay. Yanni is way back in the line, but I don't think it matters. Both Magic and 5 Poster were caught in the flank, and Amaze gets the nice side heel in. It's a game now, wise guy.
For a team that has really been clean in rotation, we talked about this in pregame. For a team that has been clean in rotation, clean defensively, this is far from the NYC12 side. We have seen all dangerous ball right there. Amaze, can he get to the bounce? They're going to go just off to the corner. Yanni, New York City needs to clear it. Lewis right there. Tag it!
Wow.
Goal, El Matador.
Yes, and this is another situation again where El Matador taking advantage of New York City 12. Not just a double commit. Everybody drove forward. And that's the door opening for Luis from the great pass from Amaze. It's a tie game.
Oh, man. Just when you thought New York City 12, NYC 12 was getting their rhythm. 2 goals by El Matador. Big miss by Yanni. Luis can't finish it on. And then he gets a touch. El Matador, 3 straight, and they go back on top.
Man, those painful ghost touches over there, Magic. There's no way you can read the ball with anything other than luck there. Luis with the excellent foresight that we've seen out of him in El Matador. They take the lead on New York City 12 on match point.
Oh. We talked about NYC 12 coming off back-to-back sweeps against the Burn and I don't remember who else they swept.
U Sector, yeah.
U Sector in the last 2 weeks, and now looking like they're about to get swept themselves. They cannot pull an equalizer here in the final 2 minutes. 5 poster working this one back to the wall now, and looks like just can't get the control. Magic now gonna work to the corner. Magic, and he make something happen. Needs to cross. Magic tries to bounce it down. Yanni was right there, just got knocked away the last second. Big save by Caesar. At the same time, Magic can track back. Amaze can try to work to the corner now. Amaze looking for the bounce. Magic right there at the post. Magic keep them alive, trying to work back, trying to pressure. Caesar right there. Ball middle. Can anyone get to it? 5 poster can knock it back towards El Matador's corner. Luis now. Amaze, can he get the redirect? And oh my goodness, Caesar take a bow. What a ball. Go El Matador.
This is the essence of every winning SRL1 team. The pass from Luis to Amaze to Cesar. Oh, take that thing and frame it at the Louvre, Jeff. It's 4-2 for El Matador.
What a cross by Amaze, and what a finish by Caesar. 4-2, and I mean, El Matador might want to get the brooms. This is NYC 12 looking to get swept for the first time this season. Magic to Lewis! And that could be a dagger. Goal, El Matador.
That's a season 14 grand champion with his 3rd assist of the game. Right to Luis, and but what a goal. Well done play by El Matador. Playing a textbook game. A game that I think they believed they could win, Wise Guy.
Lewis with the hat trick here in game number 3. And you kind of have to wonder what happened to New York City here in this series, because this is nothing like the NYC 12 team we've seen the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, playing with the same personnel, Wise Guy. I'm asking the same question. I feel like, the rotation tells a story, the quality, the caliber of play, because this is also a different El Matador. They're in form now. Oh, here it comes!
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Wow, Caesar just finishing this one. 5 poster couldn't finish it. Lewis just set him up, and a bronze player could have tapped that one in. 6-2 El Matador. A big error by 5 poster there. Lewis with a lucky break. Caesar just finishing that one.
Yeah, he's being there exactly where he needs to be. That's how these goals get scored so many times. Oh, here's opportunity for 12.
Magic, fire post, and get one back just off the top corner, just off the post. Yanni trying to keep this one in play. Can't finish it. Fire post just can't get to it. I mean, this New York City 12 rotations just have not looked. Oh my goodness. Almost another goal for Caesar. Fire post with the Hail Mary shot. Then nearly went in. Yanni trying to finish this one. Can he get to the second bounce? Magic pulls one back for New York City.
Congratulations to everybody who had the hat trick for Magic prop. Because, oh man, everybody flew for El Matador, and Magic's going to add to his goals total for the year. He's leading the league, one of the leaders in the league for demos, he is, wise guy.
Does New York City 12 have a miracle on hand? Fire post trying to get the kickoff goal, couldn't get to it. Magic right there can get to it. Open goal. Can Yanni make that save? It's 2 in time. 10 seconds left. And I think New York City's going to be wondering what could have been, really, as El Matador is going to get a shocking sweep of NYC12. They're looking for one more. El Matador finishes the 3-0 sweep over New York City 12. And you have to wonder what happened. When we get back, we will talk to NYC12 about the loss and what happened and how to go forward. Stay tuned. Welcome back. NYC 12 falling to El Matador with the 3-0 sweep, losing game 3, 6-2. We have the captain of New York City 12 fire posted in. And honestly, it's not what we've seen from you guys the last 3 matches. What happened in this series?
It was a completely different team that we're facing out there in El Matador. They played really fast, and they always got the extra touch that we never really could catch up to. And the demos, I was getting demo chased around the whole field. I could have been more. I should have been more self-aware. But it was good game plan on their part.
It just seemed like a lot of missed opportunities on your end through the night. I mean, unfortunate, really unlucky if you think about it, right? Game 1 had a lot of chances on goal, a lot of balls just missing, and them just getting to it. Talk about what you've learned from this one going into match day 5, which is pretty much tomorrow, if not within the next 48 hours.
Yeah, I mean they play a different kind of defense where they just basically pre-jump you every single time. So it was just kind of having to try to, I guess, not as fake, and it's not really fake, but like try to be more unpredictable. But they really did pre-jump us a lot, and it was like just kind of shutting down our passing lanes and our shots as well.
Man, tough loss for you guys. Obviously, the bounce back, something that you guys want to work on. I mean, the roster is going to change tomorrow. I think it's something we preluded. With Vital coming in, talk about what we're going to talk about him a bit more, but we'll talk from your end. What does he bring to this roster?
He brings a lot of, I'd say the things that you need in a team where it's like passing and defense, and he's always there for a good shot. So I think he's a really good second and third man when, Magic and I are usually playing more up the field. I think that's what we really lacked this whole series was, really a really consistent third man, and being more on the back foot. Because that's how it was this game. We were more on the back foot. A lot of missed opportunities, so more of maybe a sharpshooter, I guess I could say.
I think a lot of talk in pregame was about Lewis and Amaze, but really Caesar really stepped up. I mean, was that something you guys just didn't really expect in you guys then, or just one of those things where He just had one of those nights.
No, we knew their whole team was good. It wasn't a thing where it was like, oh, this guy is good, he's the one to watch out for. It was just more of like they're a really good team, and we need to watch out for each and every one of them as an individual because they're all really good players.
Awesome. That's Firepulse, the captain for New York City 12. We will see you probably within the next 24 hours at this point, not the next 48, man. Get some rest, and we look forward to seeing you guys bounce back against Dark Clouds in Matchday 5.
Yeah,
Thanks
we'll
so much
do.
for the insight. Thanks for the insight, man.
Yeah.
Wise guy, I'm gonna pull out the visual aids because I love when Firepulse get the insight about what pre-jump is. Dude, this is exactly the El Matador game plan that we saw from the playoffs last season when we played, I believe it was Rio Grande Valley. The pre-jump is when, you're going with the ball and you're head on, and the defender is just in the air and making the car big. Like New York City 12 always goes against top opposition, against those teams that just have that great reflex and the great insight. And I think when I was on the roster, I would do my best to be that kind of player. Like, I don't have that mechanical air dribble kind of flip reset off the ceiling skills back then, but I think one thing that really made me stand out and will make any SRL player stand out is just, you see the ball, you see your opponents coming at it, just make a play on it. Don't worry so much if they're going to fake you or if they're going to try to do something fancy. If all else fails, just put your car, get yourself big in there. And I think El Matador did exactly that. They followed their game plan exactly as we saw it. I am the least bit surprised, even though, New York City 12 is a force to be reckoned with, still are. It's a tough loss for them. And El Matador earned this win tonight. This is huge for them.
I think it's a loss that when you look at it could actually turn the season around for the better. You talk about when teams kind of cruise through the seasons and they end up crashing. You get more times than not they usually crash in the playoffs, right? This is kind of in a way, this is kind of a good reset for New York City. No one likes to lose, and no one likes to get swept. So we can just, obviously that's the thing, right? At the same time, you look at what you're getting. This is a lot. This in a way could be a good loss for New York City in the sense that they get a chance to kind of reset. They get a chance to kind of, okay, now we can take a breath. The undefeated streak's over. We don't need to worry about being perfect and all this other stuff anymore. And everyone talking about the high-powered attack because we just got our ass kicked essentially. That did kind of happen, right? So now it's like, how do you bounce back? And I think that's the one thing we've yet to see from this New York City side. Granted, we saw that a little bit in the Nashville forfeit, but now we really get to see what this team has, what kind of metal this team has, really. But it's a team. When you watch the match tonight, they didn't look sharp at all. It's really not like any. It's not like anything we've seen this year where the rotations were out. They're double committing. Some of the shots were unlucky and they weren't getting the right bounce and they weren't getting, and El Matador was making saves left and right. I mean, for all talk we had of Luis and Amay, Caesar had a hell of a night, right?
Tremendous.
Luis had a hat trick in game number 3, but Caesar kind of set that tone in game number 2. So now we kind of wonder, okay, was this for real? Is this just one of those nights for New York City where everything just seemed kind of off?
Dude, we talk about this. Hello, I'm a fan of the National Women's Soccer League, and I'm a fan of the U.S. Women's Soccer Team. I mean, we had this conversation with the Women's Soccer Team several years ago in between their World Cup championships. It was just a matter of they need to play those tough opponents and the capable opponents, and they need to experience them losing so they can literally go back into the notes. We have ball chasing. We record these replays, and I know the first thing that I'm personally going to do, and I expect them to do as well, is just to look through the video and see, hey, that's where we double committed. When we saw 2 of our New York City 12 guys in the corner, and El Matador just wound up hitting the ball. They didn't do anything too crazy, just played by the book, and they nailed it. Absolutely. And we've been in this position, New York City 12, in Season 2, when we lost against not just the Surge and Tigers, but also the Viking Army. When you, Jeff, pulled us aside and you tell us, hey, dude, easy things to fix. Here's the video. This is what we do next. And we made the playoffs from there on out. We had this last season when we played the Tigers, and we were going on a great streak, and then we lost them, and then we saw, here's a reset. How do we go forward from here? And we still made it to the playoffs. Absolutely. This is the opportunity to be taking notes. And also, this is an opportunity for the rest of the league to take notes because, this is a New York City 12 that is beatable. All these teams are beatable, and that's all it takes tonight. It's very fascinating. This is a very key night in the history of SRL Season 4. You're going to look back on this night, Jeff. This was a cornerstone evening for all these teams. We learned a lot tonight.
Looking forward to match day 5, which we believe is going to be tomorrow, so Wednesday for those watching the West Coast. And well, yeah, it's still tomorrow night for those watching the East Coast. It's only 11:45 there. We talk about the match against Dark Clouds again. Historically, one of the top teams in this young league, but now you're bringing in Vital, who is a hell of a player. We've got a chance to see him in scrims and everything. Him and Five Pulse have the chemistry already. Talk about bringing in another strong attacker into this team after you lose a match that defensively not the strongest.
We had a conversation with this behind the scenes. That's what I give huge credits to Fire Pulsive because not only does, he happen to be really good at Rocket League, but his friends are really good. And their friends all want to take part in the league, and we're not shy to recruiting. I mean, thank God you got the plat legend or the platinum imposter that is, and we're flying. We will never turn down talent. And even better yet, Vital's best talent is the fact that he's not just coachable. He is the coach. I mean, I believe he was Fire Pulse's best coach out there. I mean, Fire Pulse, what he learned from him. He learned from Luis and everybody in the league, and that's a huge attitude. That's why I do definitely feel scared for everybody else in the league, just from thinking about the potential that we have. New York City 12 is still a team of endless potential. They are the X Factor team. And you're going to all say, the Cinco Dose, the Roadies, they're the perennial contenders. Southmost and the Cauldron absolutely are still up there. I think New York City 12 can absolutely be on a huge redemption road starting later this week. Again, might be tomorrow as well when they play Dark Clouds, which I think the roster believes they can beat, just because the Dark Clouds roster's also changed a bunch, and we don't know about their availability. I think New York City 12 still is pretty motivated, despite the fact that tonight is a setback night for them.
NYC 12 falls 3-0, the first time they've been swept all season, and they lose to El Matador. A big matchup that's going to shake up standings. Will they bounce back tomorrow against Dark Clouds? Find out. For Alan Pandering Woo, I am Jeff Weisinger, aka Wise Guy. As always, guys, take care of one another, keep the vibes positive, and we will see you tomorrow night.
You guys, thanks.